The structure is not designed to control, it's designed to facilitate our goals of making this magic and putting this puzzle together. So when we're talking about this, this is just how we create a reliable environment for you, and then how we'll be able to create it for the guests. But this is just how we relate to each other. I'm sure that you've kind of picked up on the fact that we're very into communication, and we want everybody to feel good. We want you to feel like you can trust how we handle guest situations. When there's something that you're feeling some type of way about something, there is an avenue for you. There's a pathway for you. So this is just kind of that start and that overview. A lot of these things you're going to be seeing again. Oh, hey girl, I like that headpiece. That's so cute. Good. We're going to be. That was so glittery. No, I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop talking about that headpiece. What was the last thing I said besides the headpiece? Yes. All right. Thank you. Back on track. So we'll be referring to a lot of these things as we go on with training. We're going to be talking a lot about guest perception. What is a guest? How we communicate with them? How we communicate with each other? This is all stuff that will be reinforced as we go along. This is just designed to give you a nice little taste of the direction that we go in. General rule, you're going to hear things once. It's definitely important if you're hearing it once. If you hear it twice, that's really important. If you hear it 3 times, trust me, that's fundamental, okay? So this is all very active. All right, any questions before we start? Hey, how are you? Just in time.
No question is a dumb question.
All right, so there's packets on each table where you can kind of share them. You will have something that you take home which really breaks down everything specifically, but the point of this again is just to give you an overview and a general umbrella of what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. So the first thing that we talk about, fundamental to making the magic happen, is a positive and constructive communication flow. It's very important how we communicate with one another, how we talk to each other, how we receive information from each other. It's important to me that everybody feels respected, honored, and that they have integrity when we're interacting with one another, and that's an expectation of this environment, okay? Your voices are important, and I want you to feel comfortable sharing them. We want that, okay? So we'll again be going into the really nitty-gritty details of hospitality and server responsibilities and side work and all of this stuff, but again, we're just keeping it basic. Second thing, be an expert in all things South. Anytime you hear something, you want to pick up on it. You guys are hungry right now. We're gonna feed you. You gotta know your history, know who your managers are. You need to know what we're offering. For example, can anybody tell me how many beers we have on tap? 10. 10? Yes? Miles?
11.
11. But props to you, girl, because it takes a lot to even say something in the first time that we're all together, okay? So we have 11
beers on tap, 1 conditioned cocktail. So it'd be a draft style cocktail, where it'll just be, literally right out of the tap.
Which is really cool. But it's things like this. You have to know how many beers we have, how many wines by the glass we have, how many bottles, then different styles. You need to know the food, the little ingredients. A lot of the stuff that we went over today, half of the ingredients I've never heard of, but I'm not scared about that. I kind of like that. So you have to remain open and really commit to digging in. We also are going to have weekly specials. Part of the magic of tableside, wherever you are, is being able to communicate those specials effectively. So we're going to talk about language. We're going to talk about how you really sell things and how you put things together. But again, this is stuff that you need to know. If you're walking in on a Wednesday, what is one question that you need to ask? What did you say? Who's performing that night? That is definitely on there. Thank you. We'll put jazz down in that section. But who's performing? Go ahead.
What's the special tonight?
Yeah, what's the special? What are we doing? We never want to walk in blind to the shift. It's irresponsible. It's also, you know, like I say, money's in the details. This is a detail. You need to know what's going on. Okay? And we'll definitely be holding you accountable. Ryan and I are big fans of checks for understanding, of just making sure that you have gotten the knowledge in the way that makes the most sense to you and you're able to deliver it. Hi. welcome to the Tricklers. So any questions on that as it stands?
I think another thing we should all be aware of too is, as well as knowing specials, knowing what we are out of, if we are out of anything, and if there'll be a couple options on the menu that'll be rotated, and what day of the week or what we have that day. Which Chef Paul is extremely good at relaying to everyone. He's very, very transparent in that department.
Awesome. So just know it's interactive, and you wanna get right in there. Okay. So when you come into South, we're creating an environment for ourselves, and this is a community within itself. I just met you, but we're family. Okay. When you come into work, leave all the rest of it behind. It's a lot easier to say than to do, but the expectation is that when you come in here, you don't have to worry about that next payment, that next student loan payment. You don't have to worry about that paper. You can let it melt away and put your energy into creating a positive environment for your teammates and for the guests. All right. We'll be going again into like the finer style points as we go along, but it's all mixed in with the brass tacks, which is a new term that I've learned starting with the Bynums. I'm into it. So we'll go into personal appearance. This is pretty easy. You gotta look good, feel good. You are representing the restaurant. Your uniform needs to be pressed. You need to just look like you're gonna go meet your significant other's parents for the first time. Okay, nothing that's too much, but you know, represent yourself. Represent the restaurant. It matters what you look like. It all goes to perception. Our uniform for dining hall, we have blue jeans, cotton white button down. We'll be giving you a white bistro apron. You need a black belt, non-slip black shoes. Did you notice that the belt matched the shoes?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody? Okay, because it does. Then you need black socks. No less than 4 black pens, no logos. We're here to represent South. We're not gonna be marketing for TD Bank, okay? So just make sure that that's there. We have double hinge wine key. Does everybody have a double hinge wine key, by the way? All right, I have some in the back, so we'll create a little incentive, if you will, to kind of nail that. 9 is your smile. Let's see it. Beautiful. Okay, for the Jazz Angels, we have black skirt of appropriate length, black tights, still in your black non-slip shoes. All right, grooming, so fresh and so clean. Back to the smiling, you gotta look the part.
Sorry, what was the shirt for the jazz area? Or just same white cotton button down?
No, for the jazz, it'll be black. It'll be black three-clip long sleeve.
Oh, okay.
Yep, logo branded.
And are the jazz angels the same as the jazz area or
That's what-
They're one and the same.
Okay.
They're one and the same. Yeah. So the cocktails and the jazz folks will wear the same outfit. similar stuff is, like what everything has will be the same. It'll be black, we'll give you guys a top. Black pants, black custom shoes,
You're gonna look so good.
black belt, black socks, please, black shoes, please.
We have to look fierce. Okay. So we have our uniform standards, which we will be monitoring. It's important that there are some things that just don't change. What we look like, the image that we have, that's consistent, okay? Please iron your shirts. If you don't like ironing, which I understand, you can get a non-wrinkle shirt and just work it out.
Or a steamer.
Or a steamer, which I also have.
I have a question. So the blue jeans, is there a specific color? Does it matter if there's, you know?
We're gonna powwow and break down the specific style of jean for you. So let's pause on that, put that in the parking lot, and we'll be able to revisit that. Do you have a question?
Sorry, I jump on that. What we decide, well, we're gonna powwow and give you more direction information. We just know that once you get into jeans, people have sort of their own kind of preferences about where they feel comfortable and how they feel like they look the best. So we're probably gonna direct you in terms of the wearness of it. They're gonna be faded jeans, not all the way faded, not ripped or like that, but not, I'll probably date myself with this one, but not Giorgio Valente from the 80s where they're like, they'll press sort of blue ones. And they can't get all high and tight too, so there's gonna be some rules and regulations we'll give out. Faded jeans, kind of a warm look. The logic of that is it's kind of like the establishment, the juxtaposition of the carpet, the elegance of the carpet, the elegance of the tables in there, and then just the rawness of the ceiling and the space and the brick. So.
Good questions. All right. There's also the technical stuff where you have the uniform that is there. But ladies, when you are working, please have your hair up. Make sure that you are either plainly polished or mutedly polished. If something is chipping, this is like a pet peeve. Please don't. Like, I'll pick up some nail polish remover and keep it in the office. I'll help you take the nail polish. Okay. That's neither here nor there. So, also for men, beards are in. The only one really, I'm seeing 3, 4 different versions of facial hair. If you look around right now, everybody is well groomed. They're kept. Nothing is. What's that guy's name? Like Joaquin Phoenix when he kind of tripped out and had that crazy beard.
I'm not really here.
I'm still here.
I'm still here, that's it.
Yes, I'm still here.
There you go.
Not like that. More on the really nice, like it's a pretty rustic beard, okay, and not just some stuff going on. Understated accessories. This is also like a fashion right now. We have big statement pieces. I want you to be able to decorate yourself, but let's just kind of keep it as like a little muted, or it's a personal little small thing. Nothing that kind of takes the focus away from the restaurant, the food, the cycle of service. Just kind of have it all be cohesive. Any questions on that? And also, if you have a question on if you want to wear this pair of earrings or you want to, put this necklace on and you have a question, just ask. Also part of that, if you ask, you might say no. But you can always ask. Okay? What are some other things on grooming that aren't up here that are important?
Breath.
Breath. Thank you.
Halitosis.
I'm not going to spell that. All right, so your breath. You have to, like when you're talking to somebody, sometimes you have a close talker and they're like, you kind of have to, like, the further that you kind of go away, the more that they come towards you. Make it a pleasant experience to speak with you. Not only are you saying really lovely things, it should also, be a magical moment. Okay? So, no gum though. It's more of like a mint situation. okay, or chomping on a
Tic Tac.
lemon. What'd you say?
Tic Tac.
Yeah, sorry, Tic Tac.